YouTube, what's going on? It's Terminator, and the video you're about to watch, obviously we all have a lot of questions about what weapons are the best to use in the brand new Fortnite Reload game mode, and I'm gonna break down each weapon, give them a rating, and give you my personal opinion on what is the best loadout to run if you're trying to crown grind in Fortnite Reload. So now, obviously, these are some of my personal preferences, but as somebody who plays this game almost every single day and someone who likes to dabble in the sweating a little bit, I'm gonna give my honest rating on which weapons give you the best chance to eliminate your enemies and get the much needed victory royales. All right, guys, first we have the lever shotgun. The lever shotgun has the 6-round mag, and when you shoot it, it does the fancy little flip. So its time to shoot isn't terrible, but all around this shotgun could either hit somebody for 110 or 30. It's a very inconsistent gun, and these are the stats. It does 94 damage, which really is not that bad, but you can get all the way up to a gold legendary rarity, which can do 114. So if you can hit your shots with this thing and the shotgun decides to be consistent for you, not bad, not the best. I'm gonna give the lever action shotgun a solid 5 out of 10. All right, guys, next we have the heavy shotgun. The heavy shotgun kind of has also a similar fire rate where it's a few seconds in between each shot, but it's not terrible. This particular heavy shotgun, you can find anywhere from blue all the way up to gold legendary rarity, as well as even a heisted version, but the blue, purple, and gold rarities can do starting from 70 damage, and it is capable of doing close to 100 damage. The base one does 70, but obviously headshots do a little bit more. For such a chunky gun, you would think it would do a lot more damage, but honestly, sometimes if you're running into somebody with a pump, you're just getting completely outmatched. I would give the heavy shotgun a 6.5 out of 10. All right, guys, we have the revolver. Now, this is not the classic OG revolver. This is the one that got brought back later into chapter 1. It's not terrible. Decent fire rate, a 6-round mag. It comes all the way from gray to legendary rarity, so it's gray to gold. It has a 57 damage on just a green version. Again, it's not the best. It seems like the bloom for this pistol really is bad, and you really have to be dead on, and even sometimes it feels like the bullets just aren't cooperating with what you're trying to do. I'm gonna give the revolver a 3 out of 10. All right, guys, one of the sniper options, one of the items that use heavy ammo, we have the hunting rifle. As we all know, hunting rifle is absolutely fantastic for hip fire. The reload is not that bad. The bullet spread is not that bad. There's no glint, because even though this is OG weaponry, there is now a glint on items with a scope on it. So there's absolutely no glint with this. It can do 86 to the body. Overall, I'm gonna give the hunting rifle a 7 out of 10. Here's what the other version of the hunting rifle looks like. This is what the epic and legendary rarities will look like. Just a little bit more of a sleeker build. Obviously the stats are a little bit better, but still just kind of a cooler looking hunting rifle. All right, guys, we have the tactical SMG next. The tactical SMG is one of the probably most OG items they have in this game mode. The rate of fire is pretty good. The bullet spread's pretty good. You can find this weapon from uncommon all the way to legendary, so it's gray to gold. It does 18 to the body, so it does a little more to the head. It has 25 bullets in the mag. Not the best, not the worst, but it is something that is on the ground, and it's an early fight off rip. I think it's good to pick up. I'm gonna give this a 5 out of 10. All right, guys, and Fortnite also brought back the OG RPGs, as well as the purple and the gold variants that change in a little bit of style and look. I feel like rocket ammo is kind of hard to come by, and obviously RPG does just some crazy damage. They reduced the damage to structures a little bit, but still just to the player, it could do 85 damage. And obviously the higher the rarity, the more damage it does. Overall, I'm gonna give the RPG a 5 out of 10. All right, guys, next we have the Stinger SMG. The Stinger SMG is a newer type of SMG. Its reticle spread is very small, and the bullet spread is also very small until you get to the end of your clip, and the bullets shoot pretty fast. Overall, this thing's pretty nuts. You can even find the Mythic Gunner SMG lying around the map. You can find it all the way from common to legendary, as well as that mythic version. It does 16 damage, but that fire rate and bullet magazine makes it pretty good. I'm gonna give this a 6 out of 10. All right, guys, next we have the Hammer AR. The Hammer AR can be found all the way from uncommon to legendary rarity, so that's gray to gold. The Hammer AR is 20 rounds, and it is automatic. And if I am gonna be completely serious, the reticle spread while trying to tap fire somebody is probably one of the best in the game. You could just hold this down and the bullet spread goes back to absolutely nothing. This thing is one of the best hit scan weapons in the game. If I'm being honest, I'm giving the hammer AR a 9 out of 10, and the damage on a blue is 30. So if you could just 3 bullets that don't go anywhere, that's already 90 damage to somebody. All right, guys, next we have the tactical shotgun. Now, this is the OG tac. This is the one we all know and love, but unfortunately in Fortnite Reload, it feels very clunky and very inconsistent, just like the lever shotgun. You can find this from uncommon all the way to rare, and then the rarity will change. Its once you get to purple and gold, it upgrades to that newer attack that we're used to. Its fire rate is decent. The damage is 81, so obviously headshots are a little more, but being completely honest, it's really mid. It feels really bad to use. I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 10. All right, guys, next we have the reliable pump shotgun. You can find this all the way from uncommon to rare, and then it will change appearances when it's in purple and gold form. This shotgun is absolutely disgusting. Even the gray to the blue versions, this thing absolutely fries. It's probably one of the more reliable shotguns. There's 101 damage and obviously a little more to the head, but this shotgun probably is a top tier. I'm gonna give this shotgun, I think, a 9.5 out of 10. It is just that close to being perfect. All right, guys, next we have the old reliable pistol. Now in this game mode, it is automatic now. The bullet spread, to be honest, is kind of bad. The reticle really doesn't ever get back to close. Even when you try to tap fire it, it takes a long time for the bullet to be accurate again. You can find this all the way from uncommon to legendary, so that's gray to gold. 25 damage in a 16 round mag. Unless you're barrel stuffing somebody with this weapon, I don't think it's necessarily the best. It's not like the pistol we are used to in Fortnite Chapter 5 and Chapter 4. I'm gonna give this 5.5 out of 10. All right, guys, next we have the classic assault rifle, the one we are always so used to. This gun is still pretty reliable, still pretty decent, but if I'm being honest, the bloom seems a little off. You can find it from uncommon to rare, so that's gray to blue. The bloom just seems, it feels good. The bloom just feels very bad. So I don't know if it's something that's gonna be fixed in a later Fortnite Reload update, but for now I'm gonna have to give it a 6 out of 10. All right, guys, and we have the classic submachine gun. You can find this anywhere from gray to blue, so that's uncommon to rare. Fire rate's pretty good. The bullet spread really doesn't go anywhere. It stays in the reticle. It's pretty decent, especially off drop. This gun is amazing and fries. 18 damage, but with a 30 round mag and shooting that fast, it can do some serious damage. I would have to probably give this a 5.5 out of 10. All right, guys, Fortnite Reload also brought back the legacy hand cannon. It's called the legacy hand cannon because it's not the hand cannon they brought back in Chapter 5. This is the OG hand cannon, the one that sounds like the OG one, feels like the OG one, so it's pretty decent. You can find this anywhere from rare to legendary. The damage is obviously insane. It does 80 damage. Obviously, it does more to the head. This is pretty reliable. The bloom feels kind of weird sometimes. Like, even though your reticle is absolutely nothing, sometimes it feels like the bullet doesn't hit. I'm gonna have to give the legacy hand cannon a 7 out of 10. Next, we have the heavy assault rifle. The heavy assault rifle can be found from uncommon to rare, and also the different version that comes in purple and gold rarities. They're both very good weapons. I feel like for some reason the gray to the blue versions have less bloom. The reticle feels more of the bullets feel more of a tight spread, and it feels like it's a little more accurate. It kind of feels like the hammer AR, where the reticle goes back to literally 0, like within an instant. So I feel like for some reason the gray to blue rarity is a little more accurate and deadly than the purple and the legendary rarities. I forgot to rate the heavy assault rifle while I was recording the video. If I had to give it a rating, I would give it an 8.5 out of 10. All right, guys, and here's what the epic and legendary versions of the heavy assault rifle look like. It reminds me of like Meowscles AK from Chapter 2. This thing again is just a dot. For some reason though, the uncommon, the rare feel a little more accurate, but the damage on this thing is better. It does 42 damage and the magazine size is 25, and it shoots pretty good, and the bullet spread is pretty tight, so it's really a pretty decent weapon. Next, we have the OG bolt action sniper rifle. Now, if you are aware from playing Fortnite Reload, there's no more bullet drop, so getting used to sniping in OG Reload is kind of weird because you don't have to account for bullet drop. Somebody could be 300 meters away. This bullet is barely dropping. This sniper, if you learn how to use it well after you unequip yourself from the bullet drop we have in chapter 5 and chapter 4, this thing is a beast. Obviously it's a one-shot headshot. It's just disgusting. And there's even a different version, which is the newer version once you get epic and legendary rarities at purple and gold. So again, I'm gonna give the sniper an 8.5 out of 10. All right guys, and here's what the epic and legendary versions of the bolt action sniper rifle look like. It's that clean one from chapter 2. It obviously just does a little bit more damage than the uncommon, the rare, but it just has a more sleeker look. Next guys, we have the Ranger shotgun. The Ranger shotgun could be found all the way from green to gold rarities. This thing is a one shot with an insanely tight bullet spread, but this thing can do damage from distance. This thing can do 115 damage. The reload time on this is 1.58. So even though it only shoots one bullet, it's really not that bad, and this thing does damage from a distance. The Ranger shotgun, I'm gonna give a 9 out of 10. All right guys, next we have the infantry rifle, and while this might have been kind of useless back in the OG chapter 1 of Fortnite, I think this thing is a top 3 assault rifle that is not a heisted or a mythic in Fortnite Reload. Just like the hammer and the heavy assault rifle, the reticle on this thing stays literally just to a pinpoint. Even when you shoot it, the reticle barely moves. 8 bullets in a clip obviously is not the best. It comes from uncommon to rare, but then it upgrades to the 10-round infantry rifle that was introduced at the end of chapter 1 when it is in the epic and legendary rarity. And the headshot damage this thing is capable of, it says 38, but the headshot is multiplied by double. You can hit somebody with the epic or legendary rarity version of this for 80 damage. You can almost 3-tap somebody with this weapon if they are not paying attention. Overall, I give the infantry rifle, in my personal opinion, a 9.5 out of 10. All right, guys, here is that epic rarity infantry rifle that now has an upgraded magazine at 10. And guys, not only does this thing sound mean, its hit scan feels like one of the cleanest in the reload game mode, and it does an 80 headshot to an opponent. So if you catch someone that's not paying attention, and even if you just hit them one time, they're already in 0 builds down their whole overshield, as well as 30 more shield, forcing them to burn some of their heals just from one bullet. Again, this infantry rifle, especially this one, I'm gonna have to give a 10 out of 10. Even the hip fire up close, it's not automatic, it's a tap fire, but the bullet spread is so minimal, and 10 bullets is enough to the point where if you get in a fight, you actually can fight for your life spraying this weapon up close. The heisted and mythic weapons are kind of hard to find. There is a 0.5% chance you get one in this game mode, as well as that goldfish trophy, which is actually a 0.05% chance. So when you find one of these weapons, consider yourself lucky. And while filming this video, I'm gonna consider myself lucky, because trying to find more weapons to show you guys actual IRL gameplay instead of just putting them up on the screen, I opened the supply drop and I found the Foundation's MK7 assault rifle. Now, this thing, if you remember, OG Fortnite did not have red dot weapons. This does. And if we all remember about the Mythic MK, it fries. Not only a reload, do you get a hit scan AR with a red dot, it is souped up and the bullet speed is just ridiculous. The fire rate is off the charts and the recoil pretty much goes nowhere, and it does 22 damage. I'm gonna have to give the Foundation's MK7 assault rifle a 10 out of 10. All right guys, here I am again recording the video, and you get that rewarding feeling when you find one of those cool weapons. Well, here's one of them in the heisted accelerant shotgun. This thing might not be as broken as it was in chapter 4, but this thing is still stupid with a 6-round mag. It's automatic. You don't have to tap fire it. And when you do damage to an opponent, you get increased speed in your steps and your jumps and all that. This thing still absolutely fries. It does 98 damage, obviously more to the head. This thing, in my opinion, is still a top 3 shotgun in this game, and they'll never find a way to get rid of it. I'm gonna overall give the Maven a 9.5 out of 10. Here, guys, we have the OG assault rifle. Obviously, this is now what we know as the Scar. The Scar is one of the most OG weapons too. It was that epic and legendary version of the assault rifle that just absolutely fried. It is definitely better than the regular assault rifle, but if I'm being completely honest, guys, I don't know what Epic did to it. It feels very clunky. The bloom feels bad. It's not the best from distance. The bullet spread isn't terrible, but for some reason, guys, I know it looks good and feels good. It just doesn't work well. I'm gonna have to give the Scar a 7 out of 10. Now, if you played Fortnite Reload, you know some of these weapons are very hard to come across. Some of the ones I didn't find while recording for this video, I have found while playing with some buddies while streaming. And to be honest, I think I had one of the most craziest, luckiest RNG moments in Fortnite Reload to date. Here's a quick clip of me not finding just one Mythic AUG, but both, because there are two. There's Ocean's AUG as well as Sloan's AUG, one having 21 rounds, one having a 30 round mag. I found both of them in back-to-back chests. Here's that quick clip, and here's what I gotta say about them. Oh my God.
What you find? What you find?
The Mythic AUG.
Bruh, are you gonna use it?
Am I gonna use it? It's the first time I found it. Don't worry, when I die, you can take off my corpse. Oh! I found two!
Let's go! Give me that one!
What? Wait, hold on. Put it down. Minty, put them down. Minty. Put the other one down. I need to see them next to each other. Literally back-to-back chests. Minty, put it down. Minty, put it down. Oh my God, bro. Back-to-back regular chests. That's wild. So to be completely honest, the only difference is just the magazine size. The Ocean's has 9 more bullets than Sloan's. This gun's a beam. This gun shoots 2 bullets at once. If you hit both bullets for body shots, you're doing upwards of 70 damage on an opponent. And even though the reticle never gets completely small, this gun absolutely fries out of the air. I'm gonna give collectively the Mythic AUG, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Now, I know I wasn't too high of praised on the Scar, but Sky's assault rifle is bonkers. As well, remember, this Scar variant would just shoot at an absurdly high pace, reload fast, and do an absurd amount of damage. I have yet to personally use this, but I have seen clips. I would have to bump this weapon up to an 8.5 out of 10 just because, again, the accuracy isn't that good, but the bullet velocity makes up for that a little bit. The last AR on the list that I could not find while recording this video is the heisted red dot assault rifle. If we all remember the red dot, it was a very reliable gun in the beginning of chapter 4, and then they came out with a heisted variant that had explosive rounds and shot slower. If I'm being honest, it's good kind of end game where you're fighting everybody in zero build who's in a bunker. But off rip, I'm gonna be honest, this gun's not really the best. I kind of have mixed feelings about it. I think I'm gonna give the heisted red dot assault rifle a 6 out of 10. Another weapon for some reason that I could not find while recording this video, even though I find it all the time while streaming, is the P90. There is the regular P90, which can be found in legendary and epic variants, and then there is the run and gun heisted SMG, which, as you all know, when you're carrying that version of the P90, you have unlimited sprint. In my opinion, one of the better SMGs that are in Fortnite Reload. I think I would have to give the P90 and the heisted running gun SMG an 8 out of 10, also because the heist SMG has that added bonus of infinite sprint. Midas's drum gun is also in this game mode, and it has a red dot on it as well. So when you aim down with the weapon, you do get that bonus of being in first person instead of third person for these up close fights. Now, obviously with the drum mag, and obviously with a very quick fire rate, this weapon does kind of shred. However, from distance, obviously you're not really going to use this thing. I'm going to give the Midas drum gun a solid 7.5 out of 10. Now, before I was talking about the Stinger SMG, Gunner has his Mythic Stinger SMG in this game mode, and this thing is a beam. You guys remember me talking about how the Stinger SMG's bullet spread is very tight and it shoots very fast. The Mythic is just that. I'm gonna give Gunner's Mythic Stinger SMG a solid 8.5 out of 10. And now we all have a crowd favorite when it comes to SMGs. My personal one is the heisted Blink Mag SMG. It is the twin mag SMG that came out during chapter 4, and when you reload one of these clips, because remember it has a dual reload functionality, you get teleportation powers for about 5 seconds. It gets you out of a pinch, and you can also use this weapon as mobility. So with that, I'm gonna have to give this gun a 9 out of 10 because it also is a straight beam. The heisted breacher shotgun is one of those where you either love it or hate it. I'm leaning towards love it. Obviously, when you ADS with it, you can hit a headshot for 185 with a shotgun that has a 7-round mag, and its ADS feels like you're aiming with an AR. Its hipfire though is basically what we remember in Fortnite Chapter 4, where it felt like the bullets were either dead on or you missed all 7 bullets, leaving yourself wondering if you're a potato. So I'm gonna have to give the heisted breacher shotgun a 7.5 out of 10. And last but not least, guys, so I am going over items that do damage. We have the Mythic goldfish. This goldfish trophy, while used to do 1-shots, is now a technical 2-shot in 0 build, still a 1-shot in builds. It does 200 damage no matter where you hit the opponent. So in 0 builds, if you crack their overshields and then you hit them with this goldfish, it is technically a 1-tap weapon. And again, in builds, it is a 1-shot weapon. Hi, bad video maker here. I forgot to give a rating for the Mythic goldfish trophy. If I had to give it a rating, honestly, just because of the pure memes you can get with this thing and the fact that it does 200 damage, I'm gonna give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. So to end the video, guys, I'm going to quickly go over my ideal loadout for Fortnite Reload. Obviously, you want a kind of an AR, and my favorite ARs that aren't any of the mythics, I'm going by the ones you can pretty much get every single game no matter what, are either the hammer assault rifle or the infantry rifle. For shotguns, I love the pump. The ranger shotgun is very OP, but if I don't have one of those, I'm going to try to lean towards either the epic or legendary version of the TAC. If I'm being honest, a lot of the shotguns in this game mode kind of just stink. And now for my 3 other slots, I like to carry as much utility and mobility as possible. That leaves us with an AR, a shotgun, 2 weapon slots of mobility, and 1 of bunkers. That way I could try to establish some counter plays and make some plays that can help my team win the game. Thanks for making it this far in the video, guys. If you haven't already, please do me a favor, hit me with that sub. Also, guys, in the comments, let me know if I missed any weapons or items that do damage. I don't believe I did, but there's still a lot of things that we're still finding out about Fortnite Reload, and there's updates to come, so I'm sure plenty of new stuff is gonna come out soon. Also, let me know down in the comments what your ideal loadout is and what are your favorite OG weapons that Fortnite brought back into Fortnite Reload, and did this save Fortnite Chapter 5?